What up? What up?
What up, boys?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, guys?
Happy Wednesday. Back at it.
Back on a Wednesday. We've been flip flopping a lot, but it's Wednesday. We're here. Let's get it.
Yeah, we did Thursday last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we switched up a little bit.
It's all good. Back in better, man. What's up?
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Got a whole lot of stuff to talk about, man. You know?
Yeah.
I know we're going to break down what we think are the NFL's top rivalries. I mean, MLB season is in full swing. Teams are looking good. Some not so good.
Top rivalries was tough, man.
It's a tough one.
It was
man.
tough. Yeah,
It's a tough one.
Sure.
There's a lot of
Leaves a lot to be discussed.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely have to have a good conversation with these teams, man. No doubt.
Yeah, we got some news. We got rivalries. We got Aaron Judge being Aaron Judge.
Yep. Best player in the world.
Man, is he ever. It's not even funny.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Stanley Cup Finals soon. NBA Finals soon. We got a whole lot of stuff coming up, man. We definitely do.
Let's get it, boys.
Let's get it in it.
This is Sports of Ages.
All right. So,
Damn, Garrett Wilson looks good scoring touchdowns, huh? Shit. Shout out to Gator as always, man.
Yeah, man.
Gator
Killing it. Gator killing it, man. He's making videos every day for Jake Assman. It's new. He has a new video every day, man. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Gator is a beast, man. He really is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to hit him up soon because I know we all got some ideas on another video we can put together and stuff. So
yeah, definitely. We're gonna get him on here closer to the season, man. Talk some fantasy football.
We're gonna put Gator to work, man. We're definitely gonna put him to work.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
That's the best part about it, is that he enjoys it.
Oh yeah, loves it.
Right.
So guys, I got some news. I got some notes.
Yeah, let's do it.
So nothing really going. Nothing too big. There's two big stories in the NFL. Obviously, there's the Jimmy Garoppolo thing. He's got the whole injury waiver thing in his contract.
Yeah, very strange, man. I haven't seen a situation like this from a quarterback in a while.
Yeah,
it's hard to do it though. Obviously.
Yeah. From what I know of it, it's basically the Raiders can terminate his contract, because I guess he took a waiver. There's a waiver in there saying that Stephen. What's up, Janine? What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
So I guess there's like a waiver because there was a waiver instead of him doing a physical for the team or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was kind of confusing when I was reading about it, but according to Pro Football Talk, the Raiders can basically discard his whole contract.
Yeah, no guaranteed money.
If he doesn't pass that physical by the start of camp, that's it. They can just cut him. But we said this last week. Where does that leave them right now?
Exactly. I wouldn't be so fast to cut him, because who are they going to go with at that point?
Stidham.
Stidham?
I didn't realize until today they actually lost Stidham. Stidham signed somewhere else. Their backup is a rookie they drafted. I think his name's AJ McCorrell.
Oh, well, don't they have Brian Hoyer?
No, Hoyer's on.
I thought they had Hoyer.
No, where did he?
He wound up somewhere.
Colts, maybe.
Give me 1 sec.
No, I don't think it was the Colts.
It was some weird team.
Oh no, he did sign with the Raiders. Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, he did go to. I thought Hoyer went to the Raiders. So I mean, if anything, that's their best option. Would be to go with Hoyer.
Yeah, if they have to move on from Jimmy G, which I mean, it's tough, man. You move on from Jimmy G, you're relatively moving on from Devontae Adams. He's going to want out.
Yeah.
No way he's wasting a year with Hoyer or a rookie, man.
Look, you got options out there, right? Realistically, if you're going to go the free agent way, I guess the best guy out there would be to go grab Carson Wentz and hope maybe he can do something. I mean, he's got veteran presence at least. I mean, we know the guy has talent. I mean, look, the last few years it's been a train wreck for the guy. But if I'm getting him before I'm getting Cam Newton.
Yeah, I mean, you got a guy like Matt Ryan out there too. I mean, he was a shit show last year, but listen, he's still a veteran.
Yeah,
I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but I mean, Hoyer's he's a respectable backup, man. He's always been decent.
I mean, there is somebody out there too who already knows the playbook. He's been there before.
We know who it is.
You know who we're talking about.
We know who it is.
You know who he is. You've heard the name. Come on now. You've heard the name.
As long as he's not in, is he in camp in Jersey right now?
Just saying. You're right. He's playing
Peter.
Cantor in his backyard.
Yeah, that guy ain't doing shit, man.
He ain't doing a damn thing right now, man.
So yeah, as far as news in the NFL, that's pretty much all that's going on. The other
We
big
got
story
D-Hop,
is
too.
D-Hop. D-Hop
Yeah.
being a free agent. Look, there's so many things you can read. I counted today up to 11 different teams over the last 3 days
Yep.
that everyone said is a possibility. Me personally, where do I think he's going to go? I think he's going to wind up playing probably in Buffalo. I think Buffalo is going to reach out to him.
Well, listen,
Now, they'd have to restructure some people to make
they're
that
gonna have to
happen.
do a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. But I could see it. I could see it happening. You know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think on this situation?
I don't know, man. It's a tough one. I mean, I've seen it too. Again, a lot of teams. As of right now, the betting favorites are the Cowboys and the Jets. Those are the two teams I'm seeing the highest odds to get him.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Jets weren't interested though. They said
Saleh-
he said he likes it true. You know?
Yeah, Salah said he kind of didn't like it, but I mean,
It's D-Hop.
I don't know.
How do you not?
I don't know that he could just be saying that to just not kill Corey Davis in case they can't get D-Hop. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
That's
true.
a good point. That's a very
He's
good
not
point.
going to say, yeah, we want D-Hop. We're going to cut ties with Davis, save the 10 mil, and go get D-Hop. Like, you just don't do it. If it don't go through, that's a bad blood in your locker room, man.
If I'm D-Hop, I'm taking a little less money and I'm going to the Chiefs, man. That's a
Oh,
title.
yeah.
That's a-
Absolutely.
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
If I was him, I would too. But
What do you think about Cincinnati?
I don't think Cincy needs him, to be honest.
I don't think that, yeah, I mean,
I don't
what
think
do they have? They have
They have Boyd, Higgins.
Chase, Higgins.
Yeah, when you look at all the positions that Cincinnati needs for some help, that's the last one, right? That and quarterback. But
Yeah.
I mean, look, does it hurt to bring? I don't know. They have the money. They could pay
Yeah,
for him.
they could definitely pay him.
I could totally see him going to an oddball team like the Chargers or something too. Put him with
Oh,
Mike,
yeah.
no doubt.
Mike
or the
Williams.
Browns.
The
Or
Browns.
the Browns.
Yeah.
I think the Browns is a pretty good one too. Yeah.
I think it's a really good possibility. He's been talking
Watson
to
wants him. I know
Watson.
that.
Yeah, they love each other, man. They both had their best years together.
Yeah,
got
they
the
have
chemistry
history
already.
together.
Yeah, I'm looking into it a little bit today, man. I was a little busy at work, but I kind of got a little time to look into it. I didn't realize. I mean, D-Hop's been in the league for a while. This guy's only made about $45 million total career earnings as of right
He
now.
was never a big contract.
Never a guy,
Yeah.
so that makes me think he's going to try and up it one more time. You know,
Yeah, he might.
he might not want to just settle for a ring. He might want to get paid. You know,
That's what I mean. I could see him totally going like to the Chargers or like I don't know.
Yeah.
a lot of people are saying
Ravens got money.
maybe the Lions.
Wow.
I was just going to mention. What did you guys think about the Lions? Yeah,
Oh, they
That'd
would
be
be
awesome.
sick.
that would be pretty incredible, man.
Yeah, it would.
Wow, I
Be,
didn't think of that. Anywhere but
Yeah.
the Eagles. Anywhere but the Eagles.
Anywhere but Philly, man.
yeah, keep him away from. I don't want him at Philly, KC, or Buffalo, and of course, one of
God,
those teams.
man.
will get him.
If he goes to Philly,
Yeah.
I'm going to be so upset.
No, fuck
can't
Philly,
take
man.
that.
Don't go to Philly. Do not go to Philly.
That would be a title. That's a
it would be
championship.
ridiculous. Excuse me. So yeah, that's pretty much the notes I had for the NFL.
Yep.
There's really not much else to really talk about. I mean, you have John Gruden. He went to, he's helping out the Saints now. I don't think it's as big a story as some people want to make it out to be,
No,
I don't think so either.
because I don't think he's on staff there. I don't think it's something like that. He's just kind of helping out right now. So
I
like
think
an
he's just
an
mentoring
advisor.
Carr.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. We know how he feels about Derek Carr. He loves the guy, So
Yeah.
I mean, for him to be there right now, it's not really too surprising to me.
Definitely.
So NHL, all right, the Cup final is set. As we all know, it's the Florida Panthers versus the Vegas Golden Knights. First game
Props.
is Saturday, June 3rd at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the series? I don't want to delve into it. We're just doing some news and notes now, but what do you guys
Yeah.
think, man? I think it
Well,
goes 7.
I think this can be going 7, and I'm going to give a little clap to Florida, man. Fucking A. What a run this team
Yeah.
is on, man.
It's
They
ridiculous.
are phenomenal.
Incredible.
Well, I know this. It's going to be a fun series. That's for sure.
Yeah,
no
it should
doubt.
be.
I don't know. I kind of want to. I'm rooting for Vegas, but I'm okay with Florida winning too. I mean, how do you not root for Florida at this point? But
I'm kind of in the same boat there. Yeah, I'll agree
kind
with
of pulling
that.
for Vegas, so I guess.
I'm pulling for Vegas.
Either
yeah.
way, I'm happy to see either team win, man. When we started talking about the playoffs, week 1, the first games are set. None of us were saying Vegas versus Florida in the finals. man.
No.
We didn't have either team making it this far at all. So this is pretty cool.
No, I mean, I think I was saying Rangers versus Edmonton, I think is what I was calling,
Yeah. Yeah, Rangers, Edmonton. Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
teams
going to
like
be
that.
it should be a hell of a series. I think you know what's crazy is both of these goaltenders did not start the playoffs for their teams.
I know it's crazy.
That is nuts.
They both came in relief and have done a phenomenal job. So and you know,
impressive.
as far as the Panthers, I was very happy for Bobrovsky, man. He's
Me
been in the
too.
league a
I
long
like him,
time.
man. Yeah,
You know, and he's finally got a shot to win one here, man. So I'm pretty happy for him.
No
But I think it
doubt.
should be incredible. And you know what? The best part about the whole thing is that every game is on TNT, not ESPN. We don't have to listen to McDonough and Ferraro and all those guys for the rest of the goddamn season.
Dude, they are. It's unbearable.
It's unbearable. It really is.
They are horrible.
Yeah. Some other news in the NHL. The Capitals have hired Spencer Carbero as their new head coach. He was a assistant on the Maple Leafs for a couple of years. So they got their new head coach there. The Predators hired Andrew Brunette. Brunette was a assistant on the Minnesota Wild and on the Florida Panthers. He also took over as the interim head coach for the Panthers when Quenneville resigned because of all the personal shit he had going on.
Personal stuff. Okay.
So he does have some head coaching assistants. He got, you know, they went to the playoffs that year, probably mostly on Quenneville being the coach, but they got bounced in the first round. But so 2 new head coaching hires there. The Rangers, as far as a head coach, we all saw over the weekend, everything was all pointing towards Peter Laviolette. That has changed as of today because apparently the Rangers have now asked permission to speak to John Hines, who was Nashville's head coach.
Okay.
And from what I read today, the Rangers are very high on John Hines as their head coach.
I don't really know much about him. Is he good?
Yeah.
Not a tremendous amount of success. I'll say that. He coached the Devils in 2015 or 16. He took the Devils to the playoffs, which was the first time they made it there since 2012. And he got them there. I think they got smacked in the first, or they lost to Tampa in 5, I think, like something like that. And that's in that round. Tampa, by the way, went on to win the Cup that year. Other than that, he was the head coach in Nashville. Had some success with Nashville. I mean, Nashville did they had a couple of good years under him. Nothing crazy. I'll be honest. I would rather Laviolette if we're going to pick between those two. I'm not a huge fan of either one of them. I'll just say that.
I mean, this is the same fucking rodeo, man.
Yeah, I mean, Peter Laviolette would be the better hire if you ask me. If they're going to go through those, if it's tossed up between those two, I'm taking him.
Like at this point, you might as well have kept Gallant. You know what I mean?
I kind of agree. Yeah. I think at this point, you could have gone all the way back to the fact that they could have just kept David Quinn. I mean, like you're making these changes every 2 years, and it's just like, where are we going here,
Yeah, it's not going to work, man. 2 years is not enough to change culture. It doesn't do enough.
And you know what? If you want to make the argument, like the people that don't want Messier, okay, you want to make the argument that he's never coached before, that's fine. Then we'll stick with that. And we'll say, fine, then Messier's out. Then go get an assistant coach somewhere that's done a really good job. Bring up the guy that's coaching the Hartford Wolfpack, who's done a phenomenal job with those kids. See what he can do. Stop with the recycled head coaches.
Yeah, you don't want to. The same people that don't want to bring in Messier and give him a chance are the same guys that want to bring in, like you just said, this guy from Nashville. He has no success. It's the same thing. I'm glad he's coached. That's great. He didn't do anything.
It's true. It's very true.
What's up, Sammy?
Hey, Sammy. So yeah, that's all the news in the NHL pretty much for now. Looking forward again to a really good Cup final.
Yeah.
Last couple things, NBA. The only thing really to report here is the finals are set. They start tomorrow night. Miami Heat versus Denver Nuggets. Game 1 tomorrow night, 8:30. If I had to predict right now, I'd say Denver wins.
Yep, I do too.
I think Miami will give them a run for their money. I don't see a sweep or maybe even 5 coming in. I think at least 6. I think the series goes 6.
I think it's going to be a 6-game series, man. I think the Heat, they play with heart.
Yeah, they're riding some momentum right now, too.
When it comes down to the Joker and Jamal Murray, man, this is going to be a tough stop. It really is.
Extremely hard.
My heart says Miami in 6, but my logic is I think Denver in 7.
Yeah. Sammy, where's your brother? Angela texted him over an hour ago. No response. Where the hell is this guy? So that's pretty much it in basketball. Again, we'll be looking forward to that tomorrow night. A real quick note on, by the way, I have his glass right here. If you guys, Chase Elliott. I don't know if you guys, for whoever's into NASCAR out there, Chase Elliott has been suspended by NASCAR after was it Sunday's race or no? It was Monday. It was on Memorial Day. If you go back and watch the video, I guess something happened. I didn't see the whole race, but something happened where he purposely crashed into Denny Hamlin and forced Hamlin to go head-on collision into the wall and knocked him out of the race. And
Holy
I guess
shit.
after the officials looked at it more than once, they said, yeah, that was totally deliberate. And they were not happy with each other, both guys. It wasn't one of those scenarios where they went to blows, but Elliott is suspended through next week's race at a minimum, and I don't know if there's anything to follow after that. So, little quick note on NASCAR there.
What a dick.
Last thing, again, baseball. We know it's we're getting close to the half. Well, we're not really at the halfway point yet, but Yanks are kicking ass. Aaron Judge is the best player in the world. Fight me, okay? Because he is the best player in the world.
It's not even a discussion, man. Ohtani. Everyone says, what is Aaron Judge's ERA? Because Ohtani's such a great pitcher. Show me Ohtani jumping 3 feet over a wall to catch a fly ball.
Exactly. After hitting 2 home runs in the same game. Yeah, nothing really to report in baseball. There's a lot more to look forward to after the All-Star break, obviously in baseball. But fan voting for the All-Star game starts on July 11th. So that's pretty much all I had to report. That's it for news and notes this week, guys.
Yep, damn straight.
So
you're gonna hear me tapping my fucking computer to vote Aaron Judge into the All-Star game.
I don't think you're gonna have to do much there.
I think he's a walk-on, man. I mean, he's got to be the front runner for the MVP right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Of
It's
course.
gonna be him and Ohtani for the next 10 years, man.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well, Judge won it last season, right? So it'd be nice to see him go back to back. Look, the thing is, knock wood, we need Judge to just stay healthy, and honestly, he's going to be on pace to hit 60 or more again this year. So
he really is. He's a freak, man. He's an absolute beast.
Yeah,
so fun watching him every night.
So anyway, so that's all I had for news and notes. More to report next week, gentlemen.
Absolutely, damn straight.
Got
some good stuff coming up, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for football to just be here when actual practice starts, camp. Guys looking good on all 3 of our ends right now. Pretty much full rosters at OTAs.
Mm-hmm.
The only guy, Mike, you're missing Saquon, contract, no injury. I'm missing Quinnen. That, again, contract, no injury. And the Cowboys look pretty fucking loaded, man. They're not missing anybody. So
Gilmore,
that's a good sign for all of us.
Stephen Gilmore's been having a great practice or whatever the hell they're doing right now. They said he's really stepping up as a leader, which is good for my DBs, man.
Which isn't surprising either, coming from him,
Yeah, he's always been a leader, man. One of the best guys in the locker room. Talk it up.
Yeah.
He'll coach you up, It's huge.
Before we jump into top 5, I wanted to run something past you guys. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. There's a site on Twitter. I found it on Twitter. I'm sure they have other sites too, but Chat GPT. Have you guys seen this page?
No.
All right. Well, they did a top 10 athletes in New York and New Jersey sports since the year 2000. I wanted to run by the list. I wanted to run the list down for you and see if you guys agree.
I have a feeling it's going to be really bad.
It was 2000, you said?
Since the year 2000, top New York and New Jersey. I got to say, I kind of agree with a lot of the things on this list. Number 1, Derek Jeter.
Definitely.
I agree.
Now, there's one name that's glaringly missing on here is Mariano Rivera is not even in the top 10. That's
that's horrible.
Not even on the list.
That's horrible.
Could arguably be number 1 over Jeter, if you ask me. But Jeter being 1, I'm totally fine with.
Absolutely.
Number 2, Eli Manning. Number 3, Martin Brodeur, the goalie of the Devils. Guy won 3 cups, almost 800 career wins, most ever, most shutouts ever. I can't really argue with that. Number 4 is Henrik Lundqvist.
Okay.
And number 5 is Alex Rodriguez.
That's fair.
I think that's fair. Number 6 is David Wright. I think he should maybe be top 10, but I think I would have had him a little lower.
Yeah, he's like borderline for me, honestly.
Depends on what the other people are first.
All right, here's the last 4. Carmelo Anthony.
Yep, had to have Carmelo.
That's fair. He rejuvenated New York.
Jason Kidd.
That's fair.
Okay.
It's New York and Jersey, and on the Nets,
fair.
he was a phenomenal player.
He was good.
This one I don't agree with. Has not been nearly long enough. They have Josh Allen from Buffalo. Top athletes in the last 23 years in New York and New Jersey. Josh Allen is one of them. No, I don't agree with that.
That's a really tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Especially if you're leaving Mariano out.
Mariano's left off the list. And the next one I do not agree with either, Odell Beckham Jr. I'm sorry. I love Odell. I'm glad he was a Giant. He was a Giant for 3 fucking years.
Yeah, it's not long enough. Not long.
Odell does not belong on this list.
No, definitely not. What's
Mariano belongs on the list.
Yeah, I would literally shift everybody and take David right off to put Mariano, and Josh Allen. I would take both of those off.
I would lower David Wright, maybe even in number 10, or 9 between him and Jason Kidd. Josh Allen would be gone. Beckham would be gone.
Yep.
And again, Mariano's got to replace them, and I'm sure if we thought about it hard enough, we can find the next guy to replace them.
There's someone.
Yeah.
How is Darrell Rivas not on there?
Yeah, there you go. How is Rivas not on there?
Yeah, that's
Rivas is the best corner to touch a football field, man. I mean, come on.
Darrell Rivas should 100% be on there. Again, look, Beckham, we all know how phenomenal he is. The guy played 3 years on the Giants, man. I'm sorry. Josh Allen has played 5 seasons. You know, I mean, and it's not taking anything away from these guys, but you're talking about 23 years worth of athletes, you know?
Yeah, no chance. No chance.
Yeah. So
Rivas has to be on that shit.
All right. You want someone over Odell Beckham? Michael Strahan. How about Michael Strahan getting a nod over him? You know, I mean,
definitely. There's guys out there. Yeah, there's definitely guys that should be on that list that aren't.
Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I also thought maybe that's something that you and I can do with the three of us for maybe next week or whatever.
Yeah,
we'll definitely our top athletes
for sure.
In whatever time range, you know.
No, not yet. I didn't get it changed yet, Pat. But it is a number 8, so we're considering it, Rogers. Fuck you.
Is that right? What's up, Pat? How you doing, dude? So, anyway, that's all I had for anything. So, I mean, if you guys have anything else, if not, we'll jump into rivalries. Your call. Whatever you guys got.
No, that's really all I got too, man. I could sit here and talk about all of our OTAs for an hour, but I think we should hop right into the top 5, man. This is going to be the conversation for the show, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So, Pat, if you did not see the beginning of the show, we are going to be doing the top 5 NFL rivalries of all time.
So we're doing them in order?
Yeah, 5 to 1. 5 to 1.
I did mine 5 to 1. I mean, if you don't have them like that, then whatever. But
no, I can.
All right.
I'll just start it off. I have number 5, Jets Patriots.
All right.
I
like seeing my Jets on there, but I didn't put them, man.
There was some other ones I could have thought of that might have went ahead of them, but when I did some research on it, I mean, this dates back to the 90s. I mean, when Parcells got hired to the Jets, they got accused of tampering because he was coaching New England prior to that. There was that started the big rivalry.
Yep.
Then you had the Bill Belichick thing. Do you know that when Bill Belichick got the head coaching job of the Jets, when he wrote his resignation letter on a napkin?
That's crazy.
Yeah. He went up to the podium, gave his speech or whatever, his introductory head coach speech as the Jets.
Yeah.
Less than 24 hours later, he was already gone. He got hired by New England 3 weeks after that, but he wrote his resignation letter on a napkin, I think, at the podium during his acceptance speech. How much truth there is to that, I have no idea. So, I mean, we've seen Jets-Patriots rivalries get pretty damn heated. And then wasn't that the whole can't wait, the Bart Scott?
Yeah.
That was New England, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a good one. Now that you're saying that, I can kind of slide them into 5 here for myself. But 5, I had the Eagles and the Cowboys, man.
Yeah.
This one goes back. That division's been put together for a while. I feel like now, especially more recently, these matchups have been fucking crazy. Every time these two teams play, they're just shootouts, man. Yeah,
when I looked up a lot of stuff on this today, they had every combination of the NFC East teams facing each other as a top rivalry.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Like dating back to whenever, I mean, all these teams have been around for so long,
Yeah. I mean, I almost put Cowboys and Washington over this because of how
I saw Cowboys Washington come up a few times.
I mean, Washington back in the day, they were dirty. They were good.
Oh, man. They were nasty, man. Steven, who you got? Who's number 5?
So I just ranked mine just now. I would probably put Jets New England at 5. I have 2 honorable mentions too. Want to do that now or wait?
Yeah, throw them in here.
Yeah. What do you got?
So one honorable mention I thought of, like whenever I think of like rivals in the NFL, like New Orleans and Tampa comes up for me. That's always a heated,
good one. That's a good one,
fight, man.
Yeah,
there's usually a fight in that game.
Always,
time.
Man.
It's
usually Mike Evans and Lattimore.
If I could put up an honorable mention too, I would say Dallas again, even though they're not division. Dallas and San Francisco.
I have that as my 4.
There you go.
That's in my top 10. Yeah,
it is.
I mean, that's in my top 5 rather.
Yeah, so that would be an honorable mention for me. But go ahead.
A couple of these I have the records too. So New England Jets all time. New England is leading 73-54 with 1 tie.
Okay,
That's actually
That's-
closer
right.
than you would think.
And
Well,
then
look at these. Look at the year span, right? A lot of that is Tom Brady and Belichick, man. You know.
yes. And then so the Dallas and San Fran was very low, but the other ones are division games, so they play each other a lot more.
Of course, yeah.
Dallas and San Fran now is actually 19, 19, and 1.
I saw that. Yep.
Tight.
Oh, they had a
Tight.
tie, huh?
Yeah, it's tight.
Wow.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. But
That's
that was
pretty
my
cool,
four,
actually.
Those
Yeah, Dallas
matchups
and
back
San-
in the day were sick, man. And I'm
Dirty,
gonna get to them
yeah.
too. So
though.
All right, so number
We'll
four,
talk more.
we'll go back around. Angelo, you give what's your 4?
4, man. This one, I feel like this is more of an old school one. I feel like it's not as much of a rivalry in this division anymore because both of the teams moved. I have the Raiders and the Chargers, man. When they were both in Cali, I mean, those were
Wars.
some wars, man. And plus, I mean, back in the day when, 90s, this was a lot of gang related shit too, man. You had fans going at it. You had everyone in
Yep.
California going at
That's
it over
right.
these games, man.
You know what's crazy? So all the stuff we just said about the NFC East, right? With these teams, how much they hate each other, the long history of rivals. That division in the AFC, those teams might hate each other more than any teams in football.
More than
It's a
anything.
good chance, yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I have one of those matchups as my number 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My number 4, I have Giants Cowboys.
Giants, Cowboys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Giants
that's a good
Cowboys. I mean, everyone. If people don't even know football, they're like, "Oh, what's the Giants?" Like the Giants Cowboys thing. Even
Yeah.
going to the Little Giants movie that was on
Yeah,
TV. I mean, like
no
Staple,
doubt,
man.
man.
Yeah,
it's a staple. It's a staple rivalry. You know, it really is. I still don't see how the Cowboys wind up in the NFC East.
It makes no sense. We
You
should
look
be
at a
south.
map, it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't matter at this point. You can't go changing that shit, man.
Nah, no way. What's up, Jordan?
Yeah. Hey, Jordan, what's happening, hon?
Yes,
So I have Giants Cowboys as my number 4.
All right. Steve, what you got?
So my number 3 was actually Dallas Giants.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dallas leads the series 73-46, and we have 2 ties.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
2 ties. That's crazy.
Well, you know what's so crazy is look at the season record against each other. How you guys are kicking the shit out of us, but you only have one more Super Bowl than we do.
I know, but well,
Like, where is
yeah.
that stretch? You know, of where the Cowboys kick the shit out of the Giants all the time. You know.
Well, they
I
beat
don't
the
know.
shit out of the Giants, but they just didn't finish it always.
Yeah, but if you think about it,
Yeah.
the last couple of years, we really, how many games have you guys beat us? 1,
Not many.
2?
Not many.
Maybe 2.
You swept us last year, right?
Nope.
Pretty much since Prescott, I think we lost maybe 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's on point.
Yeah.
Then unfortunately, you had Romo run into Eli in the playoffs. It just didn't work out well for you.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Oh, shit. That's good.
Go ahead. What do you got, Angelo?
So 3, I had the Cowboys 49ers, man. That was my 3.
There it is. Okay.
I mean-
It's a good one, man.
I mean, I watch a lot of old stuff. You guys know that. I pay attention to all this stuff. And I mean, these 90s matchups, dude, I mean, they were crazy. I mean, you had Montana, you had Dion, you had Michael Irvin. I mean, you had all these guys on these teams that, I mean,
Yeah.
they genuinely hated each other.
Even
And a lot
prior
of
to
the
that-
players,
Go ahead.
they rotated. They
Yeah.
swapped teams.
A lot of
Yeah.
swap teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of the big names that swapped was Charles Haley, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Haley was,
Haley
a big
was,
one.
he's
Yeah.
one of the
swaps were
greatest
what-
defensive players of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The swaps were what really made them hate each other even more, man. It was just, it
Yeah.
was pure hatred. Like, there's teams now you see that are somewhat rivals, but teams, some of these guys hugging out after. I mean, this was like, there was a minimum handshake and you left.
Yeah, like they were lucky at the tunnel to get back. There was like 2 separate tunnels, and they didn't have to walk through the same tunnel because they would have been a brawl. You know,
Brawl, yeah.
like go look at that Thanksgiving game with Terrell Owens with on the
dancing
star and all that stuff.
Yep.
I mean, you talk
Yeah.
about hatred, man. And then he
Roy
became a
Williams
cowboy after that.
rocked him.
Yep.
A great cowboy.
Yeah. My number 3, I had Steelers and the Ravens.
That's a good one.
You go watch some of those games from the
Yeah.
90s and shit, and when
Yeah.
you talk about bloodbaths and physical.
Yep.
I had
They
that as an
hate
honorable
each
mention too. Yeah. That's
They
a good one.
absolutely hate each other.
John, Chris is working, man.
Yeah, Chris is working. He'll be on when he can.
So that Steeler Ravens series is 33-25 Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Wow.
You know what I was wondering too? Like, okay, so you look at it, Steelers Ravens, right? That rivalry also stems over from them being the Cleveland Browns for years
Yes,
before they went
I
to
know.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
You know, so it's almost like that rivalry just stayed.
Yeah.
You know, like, and
Pretty
now
much,
they had
yeah.
2 because they still have one against Cleveland once Cleveland came back. Also, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that was a weird one, because you had the Baltimore Colts who went straight to Indy. Then
Yeah.
you had the Cleveland Browns, who then went to the Ravens, and then the Browns came back as their own team.
Yep.
Very
Yeah.
weird, man.
Yeah, it was weird.
Very weird. Yeah. I mean, but the Browns moving and getting sold, and then there being no Cleveland Browns for a few years. Even though the Browns historically have sucked, they are a staple of the NFL, man. It's the Cleveland Browns. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of the first teams ever, you know?
Yep. I agree.
My number 2, Green Bay and Chicago.
Wow, that's your number 2.
That's my number 2.
I had that as my 1, actually. My 2.
That's my 1 also, yeah.
My 2 was Pittsburgh and the Ravens. So,
Pittsburgh and the Ravens is 2?
yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
My 2 is Cleveland, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's another war, man.
That's another war every time, man.
Like, it didn't matter who was playing quarterback for the Cleveland Browns at the time or how shitty they were. There was a good chance they could have won any one of those games when they were playing against Pittsburgh because they just hated each other so much, you know? Hold on a second. What's going on here?
I think we lost Steven again.
I think we lost Steven. I think we might have lost him.
Yeah, his connection's been fucked up lately. I don't know.
He just got sold like the Cleveland Browns. Steven's out.
Oh, yeah, gone. Well,
He's in Baltimore.
As we wait for him, who did you have at 1, Mike?
Chiefs, Raiders.
Really?
Chiefs, Raiders is my number 1. Yeah.
Okay.
This rivalry dates back, you know, literally 50, 60 years. And I mean, maybe even more than that. Just go back and I watched some highlights today just to make this a stronger argument. Not that it's an argument, but wow, these teams hate each other.
Yeah.
Again, it's that division. I was leaning towards Chiefs and Denver. You know, I mean, like there's so many.
Man. Yeah.
I mean, those division games, especially in that division, these guys hate each other, man. They absolutely hate each other.
Yeah,
so
they definitely do.
Again, I think we could probably do another top 5 and come up all of us with different ones. That'll all make sense.
No doubt.
You know, you could put the Giants and the Eagles in there. You could put the Cowboys and the Redskins, the Giants and the Redskins. I mean, there's so many you can do. Angela, you want to read Patrick's off? He just sent them to us.
Yeah, I got you. I'll read that off right now. I was just looking at that, actually. So, honorable mention, he had Chiefs, Raiders. Then he had the Falcons, Saints, Giants, Eagles, Niners, Seahawks.
Niners, Seahawks is a good one. I forgot about that.
That's a good one. I feel like that's more recent, though, right?
Because Steelers, Seahawks used to be AFC for years. Yeah.
And then he had Steelers, Patriots, Bears, Packers. Steelers, Patriots is a good one.
That's
honestly,
a good one.
Another good one is Patriots, Colts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Patriots, Colts. I forgot about that.
That's a good one, too. Yeah.
That's a real good one.
Yeah. But you know what? Again, good list. You know, I'm the only one that had Packers and Bears at number 2, not number 1.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that one. Look, I mean, that's literally the original of the original, right?
You know what's another one you can say, though? Packers and Minnesota.
Oh, definitely.
Especially when Minnesota had those games that were outdoors before they played indoors. It was like -20 every game. And then you had Lambeau, which was the same thing. I mean, with the purple people eaters and everything. Oh, my God. My God.
Throughout those years, man, I mean, Packers, Bears, and Packers, Vikings, when both of those teams were good in the same year, I mean, it was all-out war when those guys played, man.
It's kind of like, you know, if you're not a Knicks fan, you know that that basketball's better when the Knicks are good and the Knicks are in it. Football's better when Green Bay and the Bears and those teams, when they're in the mix in the playoffs, those stadiums in the wintertime, I mean, it's just incredible.
It makes playoff football so much more enjoyable, man.
Yeah.
You think I want to watch them go play in fucking New Orleans in a dome? It's the same thing, regulated. Fuck that. I want to see you in 2 feet of snow running through that shit, getting tackled.
So true. It's so true.
Them having to plow every time out and commercial break. Like, that's fucking football, man. That is awesome.
You're 100% right, man. It really is. I mean, that's how it should be. I mean, one of my favorite games to watch. I mean, yes, they won, so I'm biased, but that Green Bay Giants game against, you know, in 2007, when it was -13 on the field. I mean,
freezing, man.
Oh my God,
one of the craziest things ever, man. It really was.
Yeah, Tom Coughlin had a frozen face.
How did you not? It was like -15, and the wind made it feel like -30.
Oh yeah,
It was brick. It was freezing.
And Eli, one of the things that was crazy about that game is that Eli said, I mean, again, he was young, very, very young during this, but he said that the game in Tampa, when they went the first playoff game, the wild card game, he said it being so hot was worse for the players than it being so cold.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
Because
Cold,
said, your adrenaline keeps you warm. When you're really hot, you get cramped up fast.
That he said guys were cramping up like crazy. He said we'd been playing in 30-degree weather for the last quarter of the season. He goes, all of a sudden now we go down to Tampa, it's 85 degrees.
Yep.
He said, so guys kept coming off. They were dehydrated, had to get on IVs, cramping up, all this stuff. He said that game was way worse when you talk about the weather, which you would never you think, oh, it's beautiful, it's sunny down there. That should be easy.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
I should have pulled this out because this actually ties into our conversation here. I don't know if either of you guys saw today. LSU is the first team ever, college, NFL, all sports, first team ever to put in built-in air conditioners in players' helmets.
Wow.
They're that advanced. They got on each ear and blowing onto the back of your neck. They have these little air conditioning device in the helmet it specializes in keeping the players cold. So especially playing in Louisiana, man, it gets hot, Wow.
That's crazy.
Yep. And the players are in love because they're not telling the guys about it. They were having guys come in, try on the helmet, and you must feel it getting blown on you, the cold air. Oh my God. That's crazy.
So one thing about that is I might have talked about this before on the show. I don't know, but whatever. I'm gonna again. So if you heard this already, fuck off. You're gonna hear it again. So when I play goalie, when you play goalie in roller hockey, the rinks aren't air conditioned, right? So you're playing in say June. It's hot as a motherfucker. You got 35 pounds of gear on.
Yeah. And
so they have fans that are hooked to the ceiling that are hanging down that blow down onto the goaltenders to kind of cool you. Yeah. I mean, all that shit on, forget it. When it's that hot. Even when it's that, I have them turn the fans off when I'm on that end of the rink, whatever rink I'm on, because say you go through a period where you're sweating your ass off. Now the puck is in the other team's zone for say even 15 seconds. Yeah. You're standing there and that fan's blowing on you. You're already soaking wet from sweating. I hated the feeling of it.
Yeah,
I would rather just sweat and then I'll cool off in between periods and then and then I'll play the next 20 minutes or so. I did not like the fan blowing on me. I had them turn it off.
Yeah, I feel like a big industrial fan like that probably feels a lot different than a helmet fan. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Mm-hmm. Getting something directly on your neck as a 320-pound lineman. I mean, that shit's got to feel great.
Gotta feel incredible, man.
It's got to be fucking
amazing. Yeah.
Game like that, you can't get off the field. Your defense is struggling, man. You're on the defense for 5 minutes straight on the drive, man. That shit's gonna.
If you're Quinnen or Sexy Dexy, you want that fan coming out of your helmet, man.
Damn straight, man. Shit, I want
one of
those,
the two biggest guys in the NFL.
Yeah, fuck that. If I'm that big, I want one of the Disney fans that latch onto your helmet and shoot you water in the face.
Exactly.
With the Disney
just have the lineman next to you hold there, and he stands there and holds the fan out next to you, just blowing the fan on you, man.
Yeah, exactly, man.
That's pretty remarkable, though, when you think about it, that they can come up with something like that.
It really is. It's advanced.
And what does it do for the weight of the helmet? Does it add to that?
I don't know. I mean, it looks pretty lightweight,
Yeah.
In a game, no doubt. You're going to have guys that feel like they're going to have a heat stroke out of nowhere. You click that thing on, boom, you getting cooled down quick.
Now, I'm assuming it's just a fan blowing air, right? Like, it's not actual air conditioning because you need refrigerant and shit for that. Like, I can't see them.
I don't know. I can't see them having refrigerant in a helmet that's going to get contact, but let me see.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about the details on this. I got to look into this because, I mean.
I'll look into it right now.
I have no idea how that would work.
Because, I mean, refrigerant is a combustible material. I don't know if you want that around your head, man.
Yeah, probably not.
No, probably not. So I'm interested to see how that works.
To see what it says here. Design. Curious about the helmet design and company. Hold on, I can click right here and get more info. Hold on one sec.
By the way, on the TV, Taken is on, and Liam Neeson's about to own shit. In case you guys wondering.
Is that the original or Taken 3?
No, this is the first time someone got taken, not the 47th time someone got taken. It's like, dude,
it doesn't really give.
Guard, bro.
Yeah, like put your family in a bubble. It doesn't say what's used actually in it yet. It just says it's an airflow product to help athletes. Oh, and they're going to be putting it with industrial workers and military personnel. So all those people that wear big industrial helmets like that are going to have this. I wonder if this gets brought on in hockey or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, military especially, man. You guys, those men and women are out there in the desert. You know, it's hot as can be. They have all that gear on. Give them something.
I couldn't imagine man. Yeah,
so if I'll tell a quick story. I might have told you guys, the guy Mike that I work with, his daughter, who also works for my company, she's in the Army Reserves and she got deployed back in November. So she went over to, I believe she was in Baghdad for a little while. Then she got moved to maybe Afghanistan, or I could be wrong about that. But then they shipped her over to, she's in Jordan. And now, so Jordan, where she's located right now, is overlooking like the Dead Sea. And
holy shit, that's crazy.
So they have this whole camp that's being built for the U.S. soldiers right now over there, but it's not done. So they put them at like a big resort, like a vacation resort over there. And he was showing me pictures of this, and they basically told them, all right, until this thing is done in the next few days, couple of weeks, whatever it is, just enjoy yourselves. You're on vacation. Have fun.
Wow.
It's on us. And cool. It's so deserving, this girl, I think, is 20, 21, something like that. I mean, and by the way, she can deadlift 600 pounds, which is just, yeah. And dude, no joke. This girl is like Sammy's size, and she is a bull, man. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, I'll have to find out what resort it is and send it to you guys so you can look at the pictures of this place. I mean, just definitely. Off the chart. I mean, to go there for a week probably cost you $15,000. I mean, the place looks incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I thought that was pretty cool that they're doing that. Janine, I believe it was designed by students at Harvard. It's a non-combustible airflow air product I saw last week on social media. Yeah, Janine, that's actually makes sense. I'm gonna definitely look into that. I want to read more about this.
It's impressive the shit that they come up with. It's
extremely impressive.
It's crazy. Like I wouldn't have even thought to do that. Like I thought, shit, you sweat, suck it up, man. Like
right.
This, I mean, it really could be a game changer. I mean, someone that's getting hot. I mean, even if you leave it on throughout the game, I wonder how long it lasts. If it's a full game, does it have to be changed every other game? Like,
I tell you right now, whoever invented that and has the patent on it is going to be very rich very soon.
Yep, sure. Yep. If
I had an invention. Did I tell you guys about the invention I had years ago?
No.
And I'm being dead serious. I had an idea for something, and I was like probably 20, 21. I never acted on it, obviously.
Did someone steal it?
Well, not right from me, but someone came up with the fucking idea. If you have a thing of Pringles, right? What's the biggest problem with Pringles? You get more than halfway down, you can't get the chips. You can't get your hand in there, right? You got to slide them. Yeah. I said there should be a middle, and it's a double pop top. You just turn it over. You pop the other side because there's a middle barrier, and that's it. So you still get the same amount of chips, barrier in between, double pop.
Yeah.
I think Lay's or Ruffles, one of them came out with it. Like a few years later, there was a big commercial about them. They showed on the commercial them flipping it over and getting it. I was like, son of a bitch. If I only would have had money and told the right person, man.
They should just do like a chapstick container where you just twist it and it pushes the chips up.
Or that, right? Almost like a Pez dispenser.
Yeah, like exactly. They just keep going up. Yeah.
I said they should have a double pop top, man. And what if I would have just, God damn it, sometimes you got to act. You just got to act.
You got to act, man. You got to act.
That's it. Anyway. So I consider it a lost opportunity.
Oh, no doubt. You'd be loaded right now. This wouldn't even be a show.
Yeah, right. It probably made like $11.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen it in years, so it's probably past its time.
Yeah, I don't think it lasted.
It lasted from when you were 20 until you were 20.
It was a big thing for about 5 minutes. They sold one case to ShopRite. That was it. Done.
Yeah. One commercial, and they said, "Fuck it."
Yep, that's it. Out.
Oh, that's epic, man. That is good.
Oh man. Anyway, Andrew Burnett, the new coach of the Predators, is on right now. Man, the Predators were so fucking good a few years back. I mean,
I know
they went on a run that was epic, man. And then that's it. They just kind of collapsed. But look, that's the way sports works, I guess, right?
Yep.
Another thing I meant to bring this up this early when we were doing news is that the Seattle Kraken extended Ron Francis, their GM, through the 26-27 season. I think that's a brilliant move because he already built an incredible team.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
for sure. Wow. Okay.
Who right now, if you look at both teams, normally we know that the winner of the series usually gets the Conn Smythe winner, the MVP. If you had to pick one guy from each team, who would be your MVPs? I think we know who it is in Florida.
It's Kachuk.
Yeah, that's
Kachuk.
easy.
Yeah.
He's incredible, man.
On Vegas, I would probably say Carlson, William Carlson.
Probably Carlson. I mean, Eichel's been doing a lot with the puck. He just doesn't put up points. You know what I mean? He's just a game changer.
Carlson, they just showed he's got 6 goals in the last 7 games. I think he's got 10 goals and 14 points overall. Which is
crazy.
Pretty impressive,
I mean, that's.
Really I kind of think that their goalie could almost be up for it as well.
Both goalies honestly could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
Florida just swept.
I read also today that the as far as the Rangers, apparently they're going to move on from Halak as the backup, which I get it. I understand it. He's only getting a year older. But apparently the number one guy they want to grab as their backup for next year is Jonathan Quick. They want to bring in Quick as the backup, which again, I mean, Quick's past his prime, but
not a bad backup.
Not a bad backup to have, that's for sure. I mean, we know Igor is going to play 75% of the games anyway.
Yeah, which it should be more than that, by the way, but that's a whole other conversation.
Look, other than maybe the first 10 games of the season, maybe 20, I thought Halak did an incredible job for us.
Phenomenal. But
I thought he played really, really well.
But Igor's 25, and he should play at least, I mean, I'm talking at least 68 games. Like, he should play.
I think he should be 65. I minimum 65 games he should be playing. Yeah,
absolutely.
I totally agree. I mean, again, I've said this before. There were years where they in an 82 game season, Mike Richter played 74 of them.
Look at that. The guys
because he was 26, 27. I mean, Lundqvist had seasons where he played 70 games.
Yeah,
and Steven says, "Fuck it."
Yeah, something's going wrong with his shit, man. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, he's having an issue here. I see. All right, so I think we might be finishing this one off. I mean, look, we're just about done anyway for this week.
Yeah, definitely, man. Not too much going on. Hopefully next week we get some more stuff with our teams.
Yeah, we'll have an update on both finals too.
Yep.
I normally I've said this before in the show. I'm not a huge basketball guy. I will watch the Knicks because I like to root for the Knicks. It's a lot more fun when they're doing good.
Absolutely. But these are two teams you can get behind, man. This is going to be a good finals.
I'm going to watch all these basketball games. Yeah, I want to see these. I want to see these games, and I can't wait for the Cup finals, obviously. I'm so glad it's Saturday night,
Yeah, it's super cool.
And Vegas has home ice, right?
Yeah, definitely. Florida was the last team in. They definitely have
Florida barely made it into the playoffs, yeah.
Yeah. Now they're
But again, it's a team you don't want to play right now.
Nope. Listen,
I wonder if this time off is going to hurt them.
I don't think so. I think you made it this far. I think both teams are going to be fine, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
They'll be fine. They'll play their game, and I mean, whoever can score more is obviously the no shit answer. But it's really going to come down to whoever can create more scoring opportunities.
More scoring opportunities. Yeah. I mean, and against these offenses, look, both of them can score. Okay, we get that.
Oh, but no doubt.
But if the team that plays, and again, this goes back to getting scoring opportunities, right? The team that plays the best defense is going to win this series.
It's without a question.
Yep. I think the goaltending matchup is very even. I don't think like you don't look at one team and say, oh, they have a third stringer in and they have Igor Shesterkin. It's not like that. No. Both of these goalies, again, they both did not start the playoffs for their respective teams.
Yep.
And now you have both of these guys who are playing really well.
Very well. I mean, really good.
Yeah, so I don't think either team has an advantage. Maybe you can say Florida because Bobrovsky's got the experience.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it's pretty evenly matched. I think
yeah, I mean, I honestly think team-wise as well. I mean, Florida has Kachuk and they have other guys. Vegas has, Vegas has a few guys themselves. This is an even matchup, man. Both of these teams, I mean, again, underdogs. We weren't expecting either of these teams to be here. They've matched up and beat everyone who's gotten in their way.
Yeah, I think Vegas probably has look, we've watched arguably all these games, right? Do you think Vegas has a little bit of an advantage speed-wise?
Oh, for sure. I mean, they dump, but they get to the puck fast.
But they get to the puck, yeah.
They're
it's not like when the fucking Rangers dump it.
No. The Rangers dump it and skate the opposite way. Exactly. Fucking scumbag. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even get started on that, man. It's like watching a fucking 5-second clip on repeat.
It's so fucking annoying. It really is.
Dump, skate left, turn, pass, intercepted, 2-on-1.
I should have just turned my laptop. Kathy came through dancing through the living room.
Shit.
She's dancing here.
Man, she's trying to make us go viral.
She has clothes on though.
Yeah,
She has. I
was gonna
promise.
say,
She has clothes.
She's
on.
been naked one day, another day she's dancing. Crazy. Shit.
Oh my god. Well, I guess we'll end it on that note.
Hell yeah, man.
All right.
Thank
So
you
next
guys
week,
for watching. Yep, we'll be back
Wednesday
next
again,
week.
right? Wednesday next week.
Wednesday next week. We'll be back.
All right. Steven, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. all right.
He's gonna be so pissed.
Yeah, I know. I'm God, my door's closed. Oh boy.
Oh, that's
Hey,
great.
look, I've been there, man. I've been there. Yeah. He's a little bit more mature than I am, though, so I'm sure he's not reacting the way I was. We'll see. I'm about to find out when I have to go in there and re-sheetrock the room.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt.
So, all right, everyone, thanks for watching.
Yep.
Thanks for the comments. We know it was a quick show, but, again, there's not much going on in the sports world right now, but
Yep.
we'll be back next Wednesday.
Yep. We'll
And,
see you guys next week.
See you guys next week.
Peace.